I'm Ruby, and we are going to talk about eczema and probio. And I want to show you my eczema and what happened before and after. And I'm also going to talk about probio. But when we get started,
You want me to show the pictures now?
no, like different times when I talk.
Oh, okay.
So
You just tell me what to do.
So this is
She's the
probio,
boss. I'm gonna hold it up to the screen.
and I take it every night.
And how long have you been taking it every night? Like since what age?
I was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, so actually, well, you were 4 when you started it for eczema, but you actually started it way back before you were even 2 years old.
What?
We did it for about 6 months when you were 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, we started it for a rash around your face. Should I show that picture real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me share that. There we go. Okay, so there's her regimen, as you can see there, but let's go back to this. So if you guys can see her face here, this is what they diagnosed as perioral dermatitis. And we took her to the pediatrician after having this, like, I kind of call it like a chronic rash around her face, but it would come and go, but it was like, it just seemed like for months, it was just always there. And sometimes it would get a little worse, like more flared up. Sometimes it would get a little bit better, but it would always like come back, and it was just wouldn't go away. And I got some creams from the store, just, some over the counter stuff, just trying different things. And that was really before we got super clean with, ingredients, but we were starting to get more, trying to pay attention to healthier things at that time. So it was still like new in that space. But anyway, so I decided to, I had just started Plexus not long before this picture, actually. And I had been on Triplex, so that includes the Probio5. And this is an adult capsule, obviously. This is something that adults generally swallow this capsule. So you're probably wondering, well, how did I give it to her? We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I brought it to Dr. T and showed him the ingredients. And I brought the whole bottle, and I said, hey, I've been taking this. I know some other people that have used this for different skin conditions, including eczema, and I know it's helped them. What do you think about using this for her dermatitis? And he said, well, it's not going to hurt. He approved, me giving this to her. He looked at the ingredients and was totally fine with it. He said it can only help, but I really don't think it's going to clear it. You're still going to need this prescription for this steroid cream. And he handed me a script and said, go ahead and also try the probiotic, but you're still going to need the cream. Well, you guys, I never had to fill the prescription for the cream. If I could find that other picture. Hold on one second.
And my daughter is gone.
Okay. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. So I never needed to get that prescription because just a few weeks later, if you can see this picture, first of all, the attitude on this face right here is kind of ridiculous. I feel like this should be a meme. You guys should like caption this. She's holding like a Teddy Graham or something there. Anyways, you can see how much her face cleared from that other picture I just showed you. And this was only about, I think a month later. Oh, I didn't write it down how long this was, but it was definitely like weeks or around a month or so later that this picture was taken, and the rash around her mouth went away. And it didn't come back. So that was, just pretty incredible for me to see with my own eyes, this product working. So we kept her on it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. We kept her on it until she was about 2 years old. And then we just switched her over to that chewable kids vitamin and took her off Probio because it had been months and she was clear. Her skin was clear. So I was like, all right, she's good. Let's switch her to the kids chewable and see if she's fine with that. And then she stayed fine. It never really came back. So at that point, she wasn't on Probio5 for a good 2 years. We just had her on the kids chewable. So then at 4, go ahead and talk about what happened at 4.
So at 4, I got it back, like eczema, and I got it on my elbow and my wrist. And also wanted to tell you that Probio is good for wrist.
Show your
And
wrists now. Can you hold them up and just show? Yeah, they're clear. So how old are you now?
8. We're turning 9.
Yeah. So for almost 5 years. Well, I guess you would have been 4.5, I think, at the time you started the Probio. Again for the second time. Yeah. So it's been, over 4 years. You have been taking this consistently. How often? Every single night. Yeah. At bedtime. And she is so good at it. Like, there's sometimes I forget and she'll just say Probio. So it's like it's our bedtime routine. She knows before you go upstairs, you take your Probio. So do you want to tell them how you take it?
See this and this. This you pour on a spoon, like I'll show you.
Hold up the.
Putting all of it in.
So she just twisted open the capsule and she pours on a spoon. So she just takes it like that. You don't have to do it right now, Ruby, because she might be eating something.
I don't know if
I
don't think
we're not sure. But so she just takes it straight up. Now that might be a little bit of a funny taste for most kids. So what most kids do is you get first a spoonful of yogurt.
Or peanut butter.
Or peanut butter. That was her idea. Or even ice cream. If it has to be ice cream, whatever. But ideally, something healthier if you can. But but then you'll just sprinkle that capsule right onto the spoonful of whatever it is.
Something that you like.
Yeah.
But don't use something that you don't like.
Like
for some reason, I like the taste of it.
She's fine with the taste of it, just straight up. But like, you don't want to pour it in like a bowl full of yogurt or whatever, or like a thing full of pudding. Like that's it. If they don't finish it, then they're not getting all the goodness. So that's why you just put it on a spoonful, just so you guys know, heads up for that. Now, obviously, if they're old enough to swallow capsules, she now can swallow capsules. So sometimes she just takes a whole one. I'll tell you the dosing that we did. So when she was 1.5, we started her really small. Like I started at 1/4 of a capsule, and that was just me like guessing what's 1/4 of a capsule just by eyeballing it.
She's not good at math.
But yeah, so I started with 1/4, and then I worked up to 1/3 of a capsule. Then I worked up to a half, very slowly, just because she was little.
I used a half.
Yeah, and I was a little bit, just a little bit nervous, but mostly confident she'd be totally fine taking it, and she was. And then I eventually worked her up to 1 full capsule at that age, and that's when the magic seemed to happen, and it started to clear, and I kept her on a capsule for probably about a week or so, and then I dropped it back down to a half, and we kept it at a half for that like 6 months, and then, like I said, took her off at 2. And then when she started at 4 years old, I just started her straight up on a half a capsule, and then worked her back up to a full capsule. And again, that's just seemed to be the kicker for her, was 1 whole capsule really did the job.
So I never used the cream. Actually, I did.
The what?
Did we ever use the creams?
The body cream?
No, like the creams that they gave
me. The doctor gave you? Yeah. No, I never even got that. They just gave me a paper for it.
So they gave my mom a paper. They gave it to her, but she never used it. She probably just threw it away.
I did throw it away. We didn't need it, but we did use body cream. Plexus has a body cream. It has some healing properties in it. It has charcoal. It has all different good stuff in it. She would use that. We actually tried that first. Before we started Probio5, we started with just body cream at first, and it didn't clear it. But I will say it was helpful for her. I think she really liked the routine of it, but she felt like it was soothing to her. So instead of her feeling itchy at bedtime, and that's when it would bother her, she would just start scratching her wrists constantly.
Or elbow, because I actually still have elbow, but I don't have wrist. Sometimes. No,
that was just from when we went to the beach. I think the over showering and the sunscreen gave her a little bit of irritation here, but she's fine. But like the what was I gonna say? Oh, the body cream. It was like soothing for her skin at night, so she would use it. But it never really was the thing that did it. It wasn't until we added in the Probio5 and knocked it up to a full capsule was when it really did its job. So I just wanted to say real quick though, like I said, we took her up to a full capsule, but then she usually just takes, let me get that picture of your wrist. She usually just takes just a half a capsule is totally fine. Now we bring it up to a full one if there's anything that seems like it might be like getting worse for some reason. It's only happened a couple times in these last 4 years, and The one time it came back was because she had way too much sugar around the holidays, I remember. Another time it came back, we ran out of Probio5 and couldn't give it to her for a while. So it did flare up then. And then otherwise, like it stayed away. So for me, like we just keep her on it. So she still takes the kids one. Let me find that picture. Here it is. She still takes the kids chewables every day. And then
Show it.
she also does, I know I'm working on it. She also does the
This is a
Probio5.
really good picture. I really want you to see.
Can you guys see that?
Can you see it?
I think everyone's muted, so I can't tell, but that's okay.
Yes, we can. We can see it. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, you can talk whenever you want, so don't be muted.
Oh, okay. I'll unmute. My dogs were barking, so I muted, but I'll
That's fine.
stay. They're done
There's
now.
her, yeah, so you can see the redness over here on the left-hand pictures. That was in 2020, right before she got on this capsule here. And then here we are in March, 1 month later, clear.
Clear.
Amazing, right? Okay, let me take that.
And then I had, after using Probio body cream nightly,
Here, come closer, I can see.
it helped my wrist, but it still had, maybe it had a little bit. It might have been like puffed up, itchy, but I used to have it.
Yep, you're looking at the old pictures. Yep, and then there you are holding the body cream. I already showed them this picture, so that's done.
Oh, no, you didn't, because I didn't see that.
Well, it was the same picture I just showed everybody.
Okay.
So great job, Ruby. Thanks for sharing. Is there anything else you
Yeah,
want
good
to say about
job,
this?
Ruby.
Actually, yes. I have
Oh.
like an hour left.
An hour left. No, we don't have an hour left, honey.
Okay.
Mhm.
You have 1 more minute. Is there anything you want to say?
Yes. So actually, when I had Probio, it helped my skin, but not just my skin, my body.
That's right. It's good for your body.
Yeah, and when I had Probio, it might not taste good, but I like it. So when you ever eat Probio, I mean, whatever you call it, drink, I don't know. Don't put it in a water bottle. That would be gross. It's
That would
gonna
be
get
gross.
stuck at the bottom, and yeah, it's just if I ever get it again, I am going to be really surprised. Really.
Yep. Well, it's good for your gut. And I think we're gonna talk a little bit about how Probio5 works and just talk about the ingredients and
Yeah.
stuff. And
So
that okay?
ingredients. And
oh, well, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Does that sound good? Maybe Aunt Amy will. Yeah, it's not bedtime. It's a little early. Listen, Aunt Amy, I thought had something to share too about
Yeah, you share.
about eczema as well. Did you want to share your little?
I would like to hear it.
Yeah, sure. We had the very similar situation with Wesley. Maybe it runs in the family, Ruby. Eczema, maybe. So he was like still in diapers. So he was like 18 months, maybe 2. And he got really bad eczema blotches all over the backs of his legs. Like, and on the inside of his thighs, just really bad. And the doctor had us putting on a steroid cream. And I remember we had a babysitter at the time. And anyways, her name was Sabrina. And she had to put lotion on him before bed. Often. We had her like 3 days a week. Anyways, he would say, Abrina put motion on me. Anyway, so I know he was super little because Abrina put the motion on him. But that's right around the time I got started on Probio5. And it helped me, and I was hearing all these super awesome wins for people with their skin. So I just started giving it to him with yogurt. And I got him up to a whole capsule also. I remember that. I had forgotten that until you said that. And it went away. And he's never had it since. But he's never stopped taking the Plexus probiotics. So no more eczema for Wesley.
Wesley's birthday was yesterday, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, he's 12 now and still eczema free. Yay.
Yeah, so we can talk just real quick a little bit about what makes Probio5 special and effective and all that stuff. one thing that's interesting about it is,
Daddy, you look so serious.
all right, let me share about Probio because I don't want to keep people on here all night. So this capsule is actually the ingredients that are in there are pH activated, so that they don't activate until they get to your gut where it's supposed to be, till it reaches the pH level of your gut. So it makes it all the way down, all the way through the stomach acid with no issues and stays intact. And so we know all the good stuff that's in there gets where it needs to go. And the problem with a lot of other probiotics out there is that you don't know if you're getting what's in the capsule. You don't know if it's getting to your gut. You don't know if it's being effective. Especially think about the refrigerated ones. Once, if they have to be refrigerated, then what happens once it hits the temperature of your 98.6 degree mouth, right? So, I worry about that. And that's why they have so many more, what? Yes, that's it. Don't worry about it. Okay. So sorry, she's so distracting. But anyways, so besides that, like it's also got digestive enzymes. A lot of times you need to buy those separately. I mean, there's people that love digestive enzymes and they're buying them separate. We already have it in this capsule. And what digestive enzymes do is they help basically like break down the cell walls of, fibers in our food so that it's easier to digest. Obviously, that's why they're digestive enzymes. So that's one great thing. And this is why I love to take it at bedtime because, we've already eaten for the day. We've had dinner. So it's going to help you better digest the food that you ate earlier. And then it gets to work while our stomach is at rest, sleeping. So it is ideal to take it at bedtime. If for some reason you can't take it at bedtime, no worries. Take it when you can. If that happens to be like with dinner, or if it happens to be in the morning, there are some rare people that take it in the morning. Honestly, I feel like with Plexus stuff, it's not super black and white. There are some super ideal times to take it, but the best time to take it is when you're able to take it consistently and when you're able to remember it. So, that's the most important thing here. But yeah, ideally at bedtime. It works synergistically really well with our microbiome activating slim as well as our BioCleanse. These products get together to, weed out the bad stuff in your gut and replenish with the good. So you're getting 5 different strands of probiotics in here. And you're getting, what else? There's the grape seed extract, and it's the antifungal property in there that's actually attacking the candida yeast in your gut. So I don't know if you want to add on to that at all, Amy, on how Probio5 works. I know I kind of went over a lot there.
Yeah, you pretty much covered it all. Like, yeah, you really did. Most probiotics out there, pretty much all of them, do not have an antifungal and a digestive enzyme. So therefore, they just try to overwhelm the yeast, where ours kills it. And the yeast is what causes all the issues. So that's why you see all these awesome Plexus testimonies, is because it kills the yeast. The other ones don't. And when you get that yeast out, your whole body thrives. So yeah, I think that everything you said really kind of sums up Probio, how awesome it is.
Yep, that's all we have for today. I hope you guys will join us next week. We'll have a new topic. We'll highlight a new product, so you guys get different education on different products and can learn about new things. Sometimes we share a health tip or an exercise or a recipe. So you never know what you're going to hear, but every Tuesday night we do this at 8 o'clock. So please join us and bring a friend next time. Thanks guys for tuning in. And those of you that are on the team, we're going to stay on just for a few minutes for a little business chat.